The NBA trade deadline is upon us. And by the time some of you guys listen to this video, the NBA trade deadline will be over with. But as I'm recording this on the evening before the NBA trade deadline. And a lot of big stories going on. You know, you got Josh Smith, the Celtics core, Rondo, Paul Pierce, Kevin Garnett, miscellaneous players around the league. But obviously the biggest, best player that everybody's talking about in the trade deadline is Dwight Howard. I've had people ask me my opinion on this. Do I think Dwight Howard should be traded? That's a loaded question, and there's two ways you can go with it. First way, if you keep him, you better have a long conversation and try to get something in writing if you keep him, because I know it's impossible to sign a contract per se, but try to get something in writing that'll say, hey man, if you stay here, what do you need for us to do for you to sign a contract? Because for those of you that don't know, Dwight Howard is a free agent at the end of the season. He can walk, he can leave, if I'm not mistaken. So you're basically taking a big time gamble. Now Mitch Kupchak is a smart guy. Since when he traded for Dwight Howard, he came, when he got there, he basically said that Dwight Howard, hopefully he can have his jersey in 10 years, his jersey, hanging up in the Great Western Forum, the Staples Center, old school. He's giving them all kind of compliments, saying that maybe one day he said this recently, that we can put a statue out there in front of the Staples Center, and this guy is best center in the league. Why would we trade the best center? He's giving them all kind of compliments. He's saying the right things. But Dwight Howard is so wishy-washy, and he's so up and down, and he's so inconsistent with his decisions, man. And if I was Mitch Kupchak, I would make sure, put it in writing, if I were to keep him, to put something in writing that what exactly do you need, because you have to sign him to a max deal. Who do you want as a coach? Because I'm telling you right now, if they decide to keep Dwight Howard, they have to fire Mike D'Antoni. And you know why I call him D'Antoni? Because he has no D for defense. They got to fire that guy because he's not getting the touches down low. They're not running the correct offense for the future franchise player in Dwight Howard. They're just not doing it. So if they decide to keep him, like I said, do all those things. Now, if they don't decide to keep him, get as much as you can for him. Get as much as you can for this guy. I've heard Rondo. I've heard this, that, and the third. Listen, man, you can he's got a big trade value, especially for a guy that is not going to guaranteed to stay with your team anyways. So when people ask me, should they trade Dwight Howard? I think they should trade him, and I'm gonna tell you guys why. Dwight Howard is the best center in the NBA. No question about it. He is the best, physically most talented specimen we have in this league, besides second to LeBron James. LeBron James is the most talented player in the NBA. I think Dwight Howard is second, and I'll put Blake Griffin at third. But like I said this once, and I say this again, the NBA and life is 90% mental. And folks, just like I said, LeBron James, when it comes to certain situations in games, Dwight Howard's even worse. He don't have it. And when I say it, he's not mentally tough. He can't handle, being with a guy like Kobe Bryant. He's going to have to be with Kobe for the next 2 to 4 seasons. And Dwight Howard mentally, he's just not a tough person mentally, man. He's just not. And he's not a dependable person. And when the tough get going, he doesn't get going. And I don't see him going deep in the playoffs or making championship runs and building a team around that guy and have him be dependable on that. I actually think Andrew Bynum is a more mentally tough player. I do. I'm sorry. Like I said, physically, he's the most talented center we have in this league. But as far as mental toughness, I don't see a future of building a team around this guy in the Lakers, especially with all the up and down he's going to go with Mike D'Antoni, Kobe Bryant, and things like that. And there's just too much scrutiny on him there. I think he should go to the Brooklyn Nets, even though it'll be a lot of scrutiny because of, the media and stuff like that, because it is Brooklyn and New York City and stuff like that. But there'll be a lot less pressure because, face it, it's the Nets, okay? They're not even you know, as far as franchise is concerned, they're not championship, you know, teams except when, you know, they had Dr. J and stuff like that. They would be happy just to make it to the Eastern Conference Finals. You know, and the pressure will be off him, and that'll be perfect for Dwight Howard because they have a lot of good pieces around him, and he'd be the centerpiece on that team. So, do I think they should trade him? Yes, I do. I think they should trade him and get as much value as you can for the great Dwight Howard, the talented Dwight Howard. I know he's the best center in the league. I know you guys are going to think I'm crazy for saying that, but at the end of the day, if it was my decision and I was Mitch Kupchak, I would get as much as I can, and I would trade Dwight Howard. Let me know what you guys think. I know how many people are going to go off on me in this video in the comments, but I read them all. Let me know what you think. If you like the video, hit the like button. If you dislike it, hit the dislike button. I know you guys are going to hit that. So leave your comments below and let me know what they should do in the trade deadline for the LA Lakers with Dwight Howard. All right? Thanks, guys. Take care of yourselves. I'll talk to you real soon. And don't forget, if you can believe it, you can do it, Dwight Howard. Thanks for watching. You guys know I appreciate it. And remember, folks, always, and I do mean always, treat people how you want to be treated, and everything will be okay. This is NBA Jerry, and I'll talk to you guys soon. Peace.